Before passing away, the mother handed the will to her eldest son, Jack. In the will, she instructed the eldest son to divide the inheritance equally with his younger brother, Jean. However, the greedy Jack told his younger brother that their mother had left all the property to himself and only left a thatched cottage for Jean. The kind-hearted Jean believed his elder brother's words completely. Since then, Jean worked hard every day. The elder brother and his wife, instead of doing anything useful, either slept all day or calculated their assets. They were afraid that Jean would find out the truth and planned to drive his family away. Even the little dog in the family couldn't stand Jack's evil deeds. At night, while Jack and his wife were fast asleep, the dog sneaked into the room, found the will left by the old mistress, and gave it to Jean. The next day, when the elder brother and his wife found that the will was missing, they were afraid that their conspiracy would be discovered. When Jean returned the will, they were both surprised and glad that Jean hadn't read the contents. Jack arrogantly snatched the will and, to prevent future trouble, threw it into the fireplace. Subsequently, based on the footprints in the room, the elder brother and his wife thought that the dog had stolen the will and given it to Jean. So they locked the dog in the woodshed. Immediately after that, the cruel Jack, using the excuse that the thatched cottage was to be demolished, drove Jean's family away. Jean had no choice but to leave with his wife and children. The family found an abandoned thatched cottage at the foot of the mountain and settled down temporarily, however, due to the exposure to the wind and rain on the way. The eldest son had a high fever and was unconscious in bed. They had no money to treat their son at all. Even their dinner was just a pot of wild vegetable soup. On the other side, the elder brother and his wife were sitting in a warm room, eating roast chicken heartily. Ignoring the hardships of Jean's family, Jean went back to his elder brother's house late at night to borrow some money. But his elder brother pretended not to know him and even threw the nearly starving dog at him, asking him to take it away. Jean had to go home with the dog in his arms. In order to keep the family alive, the wife reluctantly took out her only dowry and asked her husband to sell it. The husband met a black-hearted merchant. The dowry was worth at least 5 gold coins, but the merchant only gave him 3. After getting the money, Jean used part of it to treat his son's illness and the other part to buy seeds. Then he and his wife reclaimed the wasteland, which was full of big stones and tree roots. The couple had a hard time clearing it. What they didn't know was that the wheel of fate was quietly turning and a miraculous turn was about to come. The stingy Jack saw 2 swallows building nests on his house. Angrily, he chased them away with his walking stick. The homeless swallows flew to Jean's house. Jean welcomed them and encouraged them to settle down there. One day, the couple took their eldest son to work in the fields, leaving the dog at home to take care of the youngest son. While the dog was lulling the baby to sleep, it almost dozed off. Suddenly, it heard the swallow's cries for help.